If you want, if you really want to, Erevan will at least remove the sword sheath from his belt, and with a piece of cloth, open the sword so you can actually see the blade.
All right.
The blade is black as night, and sort of tendrils of power slowly sort of arcing around the blade and sort of reaching out, and then almost like tentacles, but then being pulled back into the blade itself. It almost seems as if the blade is like made of not really metal, but perhaps something else. The handle and hilt are formed like what basically seems some sort of stylized, perhaps a dragon or bat wings, sort of as a and the pommel is formed with a three-pronged claw that is clutching a faintly glowing purple gem.
Right.
And you can certainly try to identify it.
Yeah, I made a check.
Okay. Yes, this sword is quite special. This is not really something you would be most likely able to buy anywhere. You're pretty sure that this sword is unique.
Right.
There's only one of these. You have read about it once upon a time. It's called the Blade of Grief, or the other name for it is the Greyfling. Posts.
Is it evil in nature?
No, it channels dark and deathly energies, but it's not sentient.
Okay.
The blade is connected in no small part to the Shadowfell, the land of the dead, the dimension of shadow.
What is Brutal 1, the DM?
Yes, let me get that for you.
What was it? Oh.
Also, if Arenoss says out loud the name of the sword, Erevan's eyes will turn the extravagant blue, which tends to happen when he goes into his memories.
All right. Yeah, who will say the name?
It's only briefly for a second it turns blue, but... Yeah.
I will post this for you.
Oh, yes, that was it.
Okay.
My backpack.
So re-roll the die until it does not show a 1.
No, you just make it so if it's like a D6, you make it a... no, wait, what?
No.
If it's a D6, you make it a D6 plus 1 instead.
You re-roll any die that displays a value equal to. You don't add pluses to it.
No,
that could be a workaround, but you simply re-roll.
Yeah.
That's not what I read.
So a 1 could...
oh yeah, but it has Brutal 1, so you just add 1 to the attack roll and it will never show 1.
No, because you don't want to say roll a 6 and then plus 1 for 7, a number that doesn't exist on the die.
No, but you make it a
no. It says
you make it a D5 and then plus 1.
It says the die. What the die shows, not the modified roll. So you roll a die, and if the die shows a 1, then you re-roll it.
I get what you're trying to do by working around, but you do what the thing says.
Yes, because if you do what the thing says, it can be much better.
I guess, yeah.
If you roll a 1, you can re-roll it and get a 6, for instance.
Yeah, I guess.
It's way better.
But it does make you work more in this sort of... when you do it in MapTool.
You would have to re-roll whenever you're sitting at an actual table anyway, so...
Yeah, but that's easier than to do it in here.
Well, there's no way around it, so...
It's easier to roll at a table than it is to push a button, fuck!
I'm quite sure that this framework can actually do it automatically.
Most likely.
I think.
We'd need to find out how, of course.
Some custom
maybe.
And
if not,
if
it
can't,
wouldn't be
you can
too
always
hard
just,
to edit.
Write it yourself. Oh my god.
Yep. The one who grabs the sword should, of course.
Regardless, it's not my problem, because I don't use bastard swords.
No, I'm not going to use it.
Well, of everyone, I'm the one most proficient with swords.
That's right. And the weapon is not inherently evil itself. It deals necrotic damage, which the undead will be resisting. But beyond that, I mean, I resist necrotic damage, but
technically, as long as I keep my normal blade, that won't be a problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
It helps to have multiple weapons that deal with varying types of damage.
Sure does. We will take a because everything is identified now, I believe.
Yes,
From what I found, I don't see anything unidentified in my list.
In my notes, I don't have anything else either.
Very well. We shall take a 5-minute break. Everyone can visit the bathroom and get something to drink and stuff like that, and we will reconvene soon.
All right.
I couldn't even use a sword.
I would have so many penalties using it. Well, I would miss out on a lot of bonuses.
Well, so it's either we give it to Erevan or I don't know. Or we could sell it.
I think it's literally the only one that uses swords is Erevan.
Yeah.
I think he'd be proficient in it. I mean, it's a bastard sword.
It's superior melee.
No. It's one of those tough ones. Like, that's the only one it could be used for, but I mean, could sell it, would make a very hearty sum, but I mean, it thinks items sell for a quarter in 4th edition. I don't think they sell half.
I think it's a quarter. Okay. Shop. Oh no, sell at 20%.
Oh.
So even less.
Would still be like 700 gold almost.
Oh, that sword! Mate. That sword's incredibly strong. It could be.
The thing is, it gives you dark vision. Just holding it.
That's like I didn't know. That guy's bringing my low light to dark.
Because it's like when a creature is wielding Greyfling, the creature has dark vision. So I mean, it gives you a racial bonus. I mean, this is a really powerful sword.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can find that in these.
Does that apply when he's just having it in his sheet, though?
I don't know what Brutal 1 does, but it affects bloodied enemies.
What Brutal 1 does is, basically, when I attack an enemy, I can re-roll I can re-roll a 1.
Yeah.
On the damage. So.
And what I was getting at there, if you like roll a 1 on the damage and hit the creature, you have to heal it and then do the attack again and stuff like that in the...
Yeah, it is a pain on the system, but it's the only way you can do it.
Yes, but does it really add to the chances of getting higher damage if you just make it +1 instead? Is it really a difference?
Right, if you roll a 6, you get 7.
It would be the same as doing, instead of 1d6, you could do 1d5 +1.
Yeah, no, the problem is there's more chance there's technically more chance to get a 6, more chance to get a 5.
I don't see how it is. You still have the same chances as to roll a 6 as before. It's
either way. I think the framework can do it automatically, and if it can't, I could just change it so it can.
Back.
All right.
Assuming that Jonas is fine with me editing more of the framework.
I'm having because I can't save. I'm having trouble saving the actual original library files.
You can just make a backup of the campaign file, and if you have to replace the macros, you can just go to your campaign file and export them.
Yes,
I don't. Okay.
But this is it's I will have to basically dump everything or make an extra copy every time you make a little change. So if it's big good changes like this applies automatically or this expires automatically or we can do the brutal thing, that's good. We can work with that. So improving the framework is good. We should do that.
I mean, there is one downside I have right now if I use this, which is I have a racial feat currently that boosts my power with longswords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, if I retrain it to become the bastard sword version, it would overcome it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's do I really want to train? I mean, overall, actually, right now, this sword is almost as good as my normal sword.
To give you an idea, it's also +2. Yours is a +1.
True. Compared to my current sword, according to this, I'd have an extra... I have a better hit, though, currently with this longsword, so...
Yeah. Alright.
Well, it has additional powers.
True.
Like basically the dark blast when you hit something. When you as a daily free action, you can basically do a splash damage, like a necrotic wave out for a target you hit.
Is it off the target or is it off me?
Use the power when you hit with a melee attack. Each creature adjacent to you takes 5 necrotic damage.
So that'd be good in flanking situations. I won't hit Roldar.
Indeed, and brutal 1 is really good. So use that against bloody creatures, and you will do a lot of extra damage, I believe.
If nothing else, I've listed it as a thing on my character sheet for now in my inventory, and I'll decide at some point if I want to swap to it.
Yeah, the blade is unique. It's one of a kind.
True. Also, just so you know, the character sheet generator did not like me trying to add that, but it did let me.
Okay.
Did not like it.
I'm guessing it was not present inside.
It exists inside the character sheet generator.
Oh, okay.
But according to it, there was some like normal rule that says, "Oh, this could not happen." But I said,
can you use superior melee weapons?
As far as I know, I can use it.
Otherwise, you will need to take a feat too.
Can I use it? See what this comes out as.
Let's see when that was published. Oh yes, that's right.
Okay, apparently I can't use it actually at the moment properly. If I was to use it, I would receive I would get all 3 proficiency bonus though, which is good.
There we go, I'm back.
Alright, is everyone back?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, I never left. I just kept sitting here.
Giggling to yourself.
Yeah. I was actually talking with Dark about the sword, because he's the only one that uses swords, so...
Indeed. Well, let's continue. The party is rested.
Well.
And our storms of...
Run after Roldar. Everyone, keep up. Roldar, go on.
Also, I've been incredibly senile today. I don't know why. I've been forgetting all kinds of stuff.
Alright, Warlord coming into the chamber where the Azure came from. Spots, first of all, there is a hole in the wall. It seems like the hole is actually leading to outside. He can feel actually a sort of a fresh breeze here. When he looks out, he sees what it looks like water outside.
A swimming pool?
No, it's
somehow I don't think so.
It's a piece of the Verisian Bay.
So, how recent is the hole? Is that possible to discern, like with a dungeoneering check?
Could be. Yes.
Dungeoneering. Go ahead and try that.
You would think that the hole is somewhat recent. In the last couple of years, roughly, depending, judging from the moss and other things growing around the hole.
Saloro will hover back onto the disc and frown, coming forward, say, "This is... perhaps this hole was created by the creature who lives in the water. You recall that refuse pit of some sort that the goblins had before crossing the bridge. And something moving down within the depths. It's possible, I would say, that that creature broke out and now lives within the Verisian Bay. And since that's completely out of our element, if it can actually survive down there, I don't think we can get that one."
Everyone is stunned by this.
No one says anything. Sorcerer just moves like, fuck it, whatever, fine.
Roldar just looks and just nods. Seeing you, Roldar didn't figure this out. He's just like, smart man.
Well, I am sitting on a magically floating disc, Roldar.
Roldar looks down.
That's a weird sound that it makes.
Roldar, you're actually making that with your own mouth. Oh, good times. Yeah. I mean, it floats a foot off the ground, so Saloro, who stands pretty tall, he's the second tallest person in the group, is pretty low compared to what he normally is.
I guess so, yeah.
Still an intimidating figure. Fucking wizards floating and bullshit.
I mean, you can always stand on the disc.
Mm-hmm.
And hit your head on the roof, basically. Inside this room, when Roldar enters, it seems to once upon a time been some sort of storage room. Smashed crates and old and moldy pieces of food and other refuse litter room. Possibly like the Azure or something might have been here, sort of absorbing some of the foodstuffs in here. It's hard to say. Everything looks spoiled and rotten.
So they're little rich kids. Got it. Alvyn sees everything in here is spoiled and rotten. Erevan in here sees everything spoiled and rotten.
Erevan can't see anything. He's lost.
That was a 1, so...
Help! I'm blind. Yes, a search of the premises reveals nothing else.
Our rolls today are amazing.
Well, not Saloro's dungeoneering check. That was, well, that's only decent. That's only,
Although
that's
my
only 12.
rolls has actually been good this time, compared to every other time we played.
I mean,
Roldar lifts open a box.
Nice.
Even Roldar's piercing and discerning eyes cannot find anything useful in here.
Doesn't look like anything's here.
This box behind me, is it a little door?
No, it's full of cracks, and when you look sort of at the bottom, you see a huge hole. Maybe the ooze slammed it open or something.
Right. So nothing interesting here. Is there any more places we haven't checked in this place yet?
Sorry. Well, that was just a cursory glance over everything. I personally plan on staying here at least another day, I would say. But if you others wish to actually fulfill our whole deputy thing and not let Shalelu be responsible for the protection of Sandpoint, by all means you're welcome to return. Perhaps leading that the armored warhorse along with your stead, if any of you could actually handle calming it down further.
We should also
There is a staircase leading down. Did we ever go down there?
The staircase in the top left corner?
Yeah.
Well, that would lead to Nualia.
Ah, right. Okay.
Should we check?
Yeah, it's kind of where Roldar almost got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's understandable how you would black that out. Understand?
I don't actually think we checked every room in there.
Nope, that's...
No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't. We didn't. There was a doorway we didn't do.
Right? Could go there then. There then.
You certainly could.
Or we could just leave.
Wasn't there like another thing down here? I forget.
No.
Since I'm not allowed to move through the blackness, if I can just move myself along the corridors, god damn it. Come,
Right,
Jafar. Nay.
We're going on an adventure.
Yeah.
73 movement, 77 movement, 79.
Yes.
I never made that noise.
All right. you can copy your tokens.
Oh, good. We've seen how well mine's doing with that.
As we descend down into the second level basement or dungeon of this place.
Yeah, we go down to the second level, then we go down to the third level.
So, copy token.
Hey, people, you're teleporting in this room. The stairs are over there.
Oh, Saloro was just slowly hovering, and then all of a sudden Roldar appears in front of him.
Hello.
He just went through the floor. Hold on, fell through the floor.
It's like I
I just stomped my feet.
Happened to land in the hallway.
Roldar is actually Doctor Who. Who knew? Just appears.
Actually, if you don't mind, it's just the
Hey, I'm
Doctor.
Mr. Capaldi.
It's just the Doctor, man, not Doctor Who. Just
Oh,
the Doctor.
I'm terribly sorry.
Damn it, Jonas.
Yeah, I should have known better.
How to annoy Doctor Who fans. Call Doctor Who Doctor Who.
Indeed.
I've never seen an episode of it either. I just know.
Yes, exactly.
No.
You just enjoy pointing that out. That's good. Yes, I know. I've seen a picture. Thanks, Griff.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Just fucking open the door, goddammit!
Click, open.
All right.
That was me.
Bad idea.
Door.
Bad idea.
Gold!
Is that gold on the floor?
Yes, a strange sight greets Roldar when he steps out. It seems to his left when it steps out in this broad corridor. First of all, the walls here are quite decorated with sort of pictures of what seems to be some sort of war or battle or some of the like. It seems to be like monsters and giants and humans and various other creatures Roldar has never seen before battling for supremacy over hills and mountains and things like that. Dragons soars in the sky, and everything is being destroyed in Sorcerer's fire. Mainly, the battle seems to be centered around two people, sort of in the middle. One of them is the depiction of the man you have seen on the statues in the other rooms here. Him with his flaming glaive battling a woman which with features twisted with rage. You recognize her features from the statue from the catacombs beneath Sandpoint. These two people seem to be locked in mortal combat as like sorcerer's power and energy just flows around them, and dragons and giants and just armies being destroyed in hellish flame.
Arenoss?
It is quite a work of art.
Roldar just sort of stands and just looks at this. Just
Tell
watches it.
Saloro.
Saloro, there's some art in here and gold, but
I told you not to tell Saloro. You fucking tell him anyway.
Like, it sounded like you said, tell Saloro.
I said, don't tell Saloro. You saw what he did to artwork. The hell's wrong with you people? Saloro hovers in behind Arenoss, looks around the room. There's a small crackle of arcane power around him. Says nothing.
So how much gold does Alvyn look like he's counting?
Yeah, Alvin jumps on the gold. Yes, the other.
Hello, Uncle Alvin Scrooge.
Yes, the base in the gold. Yes, the other feature of this corridor is the enormous pile of gold to the left of the door. It's stacked up onto the roof, just completely sort of blocking off this corridor. It shines, it sparkles. It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of gold coins.
Is it real?
Evan didn't even notice the art at all.
Time for the fog to shine, I guess.
I mean, just having this, I suppose it could be the war chest, but, you know, Saloro's just a little skeptical that we managed to open a door in some sort of winding catacomb, and suddenly, you know, thousands of gold pieces towering as far as the eye can see. He's skeptical.
And he would be, he's well to be, because when Alvyn actually grabs for the gold...
Of course.
It was an illusion.
Well, first of all, his hands pass through them. At least some of them. But his hands hit something else. And it seems like there is, when he pulls it back, it seems to be human remains buried beneath these illusory coins. And he can see several skeletons and skulls beneath them.
Interesting.
Yes.
Just what your money to be containing.
He
Is that
also
how Alvyn reacts? Like he dives and stops. Interesting. No surprise or alarm. He was very surprised by the Shadow Hounds. You know, gold being made out of people.
That is not the only thing he sees, because when he stirs or disturbs the bones, runes start glowing on the floor beneath them.
Oh dear.
They are spindly and spiky, not unlike the runes you saw in the catacombs and in other places in these tunnels. They glow with malevolence.
More explosive runes.
Alvyn, step away, back towards the others.
Erevan looks quite shocked, but not slowly, and backs away slowly.
Further than that, Alvyn. A little further.
Let's see here.
Oh, well, he's backing up.
Of course, you know, Saloro hovers, because he's sitting on his disc.
Hey, Roldar.
Hold on.
Yes.
Roldar entered the shadows.
Right. He became a Shadow Hound.
I wonder if I could command him with my sword.
No.
Be fun.
Then you should have been a necromancer.
Sorry, they're not leader characters. The game won't let me do it.
We could have had no leaders. That would have been a good ride.
We were lasting for such a long time, wouldn't we? Just necromancers, wizards, a sorcerer.
The DM is frantically typing here. This surely bodes well.
He's writing out macros that hopefully work. Well, he hopes they work.
Well, guys, while he's solving that, let's just leave. The
door closes.
Yep. You see? No, we don't see any of that.
Close my eyes. This is Cthulhu. I'm not seeing anything. I'm backing away.
Forbidden Lord, not real, not real, not real.
Evan turns to the party and just says, well, I guess we should keep on going. And as the party turns to keep walking, if the party does keep walking...
Saloro does not fall for your silly bullshit.
Alvyn tries to sneakily walk towards the gold himself.
Well, everyone is still looking at him.
You can make a stealth check.
Just really slowly.
How the hell is he gonna stealth when I'm staring right at him? He doesn't have cover from me.
That's for Alvyn to figure out.
He hides under the disc.
There's no cover. For as far as I understand, the rules are you can't make a stealth check unless you have cover. That's how he has to make his attack.
Yeah. Alvyn just stands there looking quite innocent, actually. Just hands behind his back, waiting for the party to move on.
Saloro peers, leans a bit on the disc, like, you're the fool who decided that the gold was actually real and dove straight in. Do you honestly think that this place is so safe? Saloro then lets out a rather loud and obnoxious belly laugh, since he's usually so soft-spoken.
Alvyn turns to Saloro and he starts to get quite angry, which is an quite unusual sight for him. You just want the gold for yourself, don't you?
Saloro says, "Do I? Well,
obviously."
Saloro turns and rotates like, and then uses his enlarge spell feat to cover the entire area. They just sweeping motion and just issues out his not just thunder but super thunder.
Super thunder!
Magically damaging, evil, powerful thunder of the disc and towards this majestic, towering piles of gold.
Heavy metal thunder.
As the thunderwave rolls over the gold, the party hears the clattering of bones and the shattering of, other things as whatever Saloro hits sort of disturbs the illusion for a second, and you see the gold sort of phase out of existence. And you see all the bones and the runes who are now glowing, not quite as much because some of them are cracked. But you also see that behind all of this there is a rather large door. The door seems to have, in this split second you see it, a lot of sort of small slots around it. And emblazoned on the door is the pointed star you have seen before. And as the thunderwave rolls back, it sort of flickers a bit and then resumes the illusion of the gold.
Yes, I want all of the gold that isn't real for myself. Saloro deadpans.
Alvyn blinks a few times. And now it seems pretty damn obvious that the gold wasn't real. There's just not a random pile of thousands of gold in the dungeon. That just doesn't make any sense. And so he turns to Saloro and says, "I'm not sure why I thought it was. Must have been something."
It is but one of many traps in this corrupted, both visibly and Saloro shakes his head. This is both a physically and mentally exhausting area. Whatever's on the other side, that door with the sigils, I am not sure whether that's somewhere we wish to explore. It seems like a death trap to me.
Unless we can disarm the runes, that is.
The room seems to be hurt, but they are still functioning. You could indeed try to sort of destroy them, or at least make them non-functioning. Probably the safest way to do it, I was going to say,
I was guessing it's Arcana Religion check.
is with Arcana or Religion, not blasting them with everything you have.
Hey, this worked just fine on the altars, damn it!